Right, okay, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another stream. Today, I'm going to be, it's not going to be a normal stream, but I'm going to be explaining my full opinion on Season 7, Chapter 2. Anyways, if you're new, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on the stream, and turn the post notifications so you never miss a video stream here on my channel. But, yeah, let's get into it. So, this season, I have some pretty interesting stuff to say. I was just watching a video on Ben Dominator on his final review in Season 7, and myself, I have some stuff to say about the season. Some positive, but there's also some negative stuff. I've got some positive stuff to say, don't worry, but I do have some negative stuff on the season as well. So first of all, I do think this season is probably my favorite season, Chapter 2. It doesn't quite top out Chapter 2, Season 2, or Season 4. I can tell that for sure. It doesn't quite top out them. I'd say it was better than, like, I don't know, Chapter 2, Season 5, 6, 3 and 1. Chapter 2 season, like, last season was pretty strange, but yeah, I'd say this season was probably my first favorite, but I just feel like this season, it definitely has been, it definitely has been good, but like, I do have some points to actually go over. Some stuff, most of the stuff, the majority of this is positive, but I still have a few negative points on this season. I've like, kind of like last season. This season I do have a few bits of negative stuff to go over. But yeah, first of all, let's just go over the positives of the season. So starting off with the map changes, we're gonna go over. Should we start with the map changes and cosmetics? We'll talk about everything about the season that was added. We'll start off with like the beginning of this. We'll start off with like, I'm not gonna talk about creative too much. I wanna talk about the VR side really. But this season, you'll be getting a lot of good creative updates. Like last season, over the last couple of seasons, getting a lot of like, we're getting a lot of like cool stuff in creative. But that's what I'm gonna bring up. But this season, start off with the cosmetics. We definitely have seen some good ones. I mean, I only read 51 skin, but the cosmetic I've just been seeing this season was pretty nice. Also, as far as the battle pass goes, there's no root skins in there that I really dislike. The only reason I just don't use them is obviously because Diamond is my main skin, but in the battle pass, I just feel like there's none of the skins, and I don't really dislike any of the skins in the battle pass. I don't really have a favourite, but at the same time, there's nothing bad about any of the skins in there. I don't really hate any of them. If I had to say my favourite, I guess maybe Rick Sanchez or Dr. Sloan. But I've not really disliked any of these skins in this battle pass. So the last couple of seasons they've done well at like not trying to not release battle pass things that are too bad. So yeah, that's a good one on that. As far as the whole battle stars, it's alright. It could definitely be worked on a bit. Like it definitely could be improved. I'm not against it though, but you know, it just kind of feels a little bit strange. You know what I mean? Kind of feels a little bit strange. Like, don't worry, I'm not against it. It's the cool system. Like, you get to unlock what you can choose what you unlock, but at the same time, you have to reach a certain level just to go on to the next page, and then you know you go from there. However way you want to unlock stuff. So, yeah. The Battle Stars, it's sort of whatever, I guess. Alright, and then let's talk about the actual content this season. Or like the map change from the start of the season. To be honest, this season, I'm glad that they finally didn't bring in the one massive biome for one season, obviously, because like I noticed like last season when you introduced the primal biome, it wasn't really well received too much by people. For example, Bony Burbs, the Spire, I didn't really care about. The Colossal was fine, I guess, but I didn't really care too much about the primal, so I'm glad they got rid of it this season. But it's kind of getting back to the Chapter 2 Season 1 map without, you know, with some downgraded map changes. And here we go. this is where the negative stuff comes in. So at the season, we only had Corny Complex and Believer Beach was added. Corny Complex, I guess, is good, but it's just quite okay, but quite literally Frenzy Farm with like, I don't know, some other stuff. But I don't hate Corny. It's alright. It is what it is. I'm not against Corny. I'm not against the Corny Complex here. I don't hate it. It's fine. Just it just kind of feels a little bit like Frenzy Farm with just, you know, I've just, you know. That's what I will admit. I'll admit that is true with Corny Complex. It is kind of like Frenzy Farm, but maybe a little bit different. But yeah, it's fine. And don't even get me started with Believer Beach. Don't even get me started with that POI. It literally is just Sweaty Sands, but what? An alien party place. Don't even get me started on it. They should have just personally renamed it Sweaty Sands. Like, for example, last season they changed Weeping Woods a lot, and they never renamed it yet. Believer Beach, it's slightly Sands a little bit slightly changed. Well, last season with Weeping Woods, even though they changed it a lot, they still kept it the same name, and they just renamed Sweaty Sands to Believer Beach. I do think I believe next season Sweaty is going to go back to Believer Beach. No, Believer Beach will go back to Sweaty Sands, like it originally was. So let's hope that. Yeah, I don't hate Believer Beach. It's still good POI, but at the same time, it's just about the same as Sweaty because, you know, it's nothing different other than just what a few little changes. So that's my opinion on Believer Beach. And then the Aftermath. Again, don't even get me started with Aftermath. It's just, you know, probably one of the worst middle POIs we've had. Like, just nothing. Just another thing I don't really care about too much. So yeah. The map change overall at the start of the season was whatever. I do like the IO outpost. At least it's like, you know, it's not, at least it's not like a whole contested place where we have mythics, but it's still IO guards can kill for Lano, pulse rifles to railgun. So I like the IO outpost. I hope they do like continue doing these in future seasons where they add little landmarks and we have like, I don't know, worth reasons to go there. So what I'm hoping next season they continue with this thing where they add like landmarks that I know, like small POIs that have, I don't know, kind of like, I don't know, little like mini bosses I guess you could fight. No, this is not Venture Royale, no. This isn't. I'm just right now explaining my, right now I'm just trying to explain my opinion on Season 7. Right now, so, yeah. So, as far as the outposts go, I do like the fact that there's multiple of these random maps, so they're not going to be too contested, obviously. And hopefully they do kind of something similar like this, where they add like landmarks, like a few different like similar landmarks on the map that have like, I don't know, like henchmen or whatever, or like, I don't know, some kind of thing like mini boss or whatever, or something that you could buy and you can get loot. Not like mythics, but you know, that'd be kind of cool. That's a good positive, I think, for me on the map changes. So you've definitely done a good job. Corny's are fine. Aftermath, probably the worst middle POI we've had. Probably one of the worst middle locations we've had. It's just dangerous down there. And then Believer Beach, just literally the same POI as Sweaty Sands, but you know, only decorated. Alright, now let's go on to the map changes throughout the season. I'd say Holly Hatchery, it has made Holly Edges a little bit better for me. I never used to really like Holly Edges. I guess I like the whole like little thing when you jump around and you kind of fly a little bit. It's kind of cool, And I'm glad they kept some of the houses the same. It would have been cool, I guess, if they like... Holly Hatchery, I say it was alright, but it could have had more potential. For example, they could have had the whole POI as its own. But no, it was just only a few buildings. But still, I like the detail that was put into it, but I just still think Holly Hatchery could have been a bit better. That's my opinion on Holly Hatchery. It's not a negative. This is not a negative opinion on Holly Hatchery. That's just that's my opinion what could have been improved with Holly Hatchery. But even though it's not a bad POI, I still don't mind it. And then the mothership abductions. For the time when the mothership was abducting POIs, it was kind of cool. For example, when Slurpee got abducted, it was kind of worth landing up in the zone. But then just as soon as the finish is getting abducted, it's just not worth landing there, obviously, because, you know. Same goes for Coral. Like, when they were being abducted, it was actually worth landing there, actually, for the time it was being abducted. Because, you know, it'd be cool, like, you know, having the low gravity zone. It's really, really fun. But that bit was really fun, but now there's no point going with Slurpee or Coral. Like, Coral is just the same as it was, but now even worse. And Sludgy's just, oh no, not that, it's just bad now. Okay, got some in. Alright, let me explain. Right, now let me go on to explain my next opinion, my other opinion, some more other stuff I need to explain about the season. So, for example, this season, I guess you could say, oh my day, okay. Alright, let me get back to explain my opinion. So as far as the abduction POI abducted thing go, it was cool when while it was being abducted, you know, having all the gravity thing, but now it's just not worth landing at you know, Sludgy or, you know, Coral, or like, you know, places like Coral. There's just no reason to land there. So yeah, yeah, that's just my opinion. So that's my opinion on the abducted POIs. But anyways, now here we go to let's go into now the loot pool this season. The loot pool this season, it's some of the guns they added is really good, but then some of it's just, you know, whatever. So for example, let's talk about all the new guns and all that stuff. Before we go on, I've just noticed I've been playing a lot more pubs this season. I don't know why this season's been more enjoyable for me than last season. So let's go on to the actual guns and items they added this season. For example, starting off with the pulse rifle, it was really, really bad at the start of the season. It was like pretty bad. Like, it's still, yes, it was still not bad when you were hit fire, but when you ADS, it just didn't give you any bonuses other than maybe slightly better accuracy, other than just better accuracy. But until it got that when it got that damage buff, it became a really good weapon, and it's a really good weapon right now. That's just like my main AR. But yeah, as far as but when it wasn't as good, when it didn't have that damage bonus, it was pretty bad. The railgun, I guess, was alright. It was a little bit overpowered. I would say it's a little overpowered, especially with how it shoots through walls, but at the same time though, it was a fun new gun. Alright, and then the recon scanner, obviously really good if you're trying to just find enemies as soon as you can. Like, if you're trying to find enemies very quickly, it's worth using that recon scanner. That's what I will admit. That's the rhythm behind it. That's a good one. That's good. It's a good item, the recon scanner. Alright, and now we're gonna go to items that were added. Alright, I need to talk about the camera ray gun in a second. The camera ray gun, then we'll talk about your phone and the rest of the so now moving on to the camera ray gun. It's pretty like, it's not terrible, but at the same time though, it could have just done a little bit more damage. For example, the you see the camera ray gun doesn't do a lot of damage. It only does 9 damage in the blue. The mythic, I guess, is maybe worth using, as it does like do 12 damage. At the same time though, the camera, one thing I will give about the camera gun, it does have infinite ammo, so you're never gonna, you can keep spraying, but at the same time though, it just doesn't do a lot of damage. Maybe should do it about the same as like the rapid fire does. I don't know. That's just my opinion on the camera ray gun, but still, it is not that terrible. Alright, moving on to the ones they were added actually throughout the season. Start with the I don't even remember which was the first out of them all, but I'll just go through them all. The plasma cannon, it's fine, but it's not really that power. It's not too overpowered though. It's fine, but like there's nothing super special on it. However, at the same time, I don't find it to be there to be any negatives. So that's my opinion about the camera ray gun. So that's my opinion on the camera. Oh, no, not camera. Sorry, about plasma cannon. Oh, I actually forgot. I actually had the wrong title. I accidentally renamed the title. I had the title as the wrong one. Right, so here we go to the let's go into the what is it? What gun do we go on to next? The Gravitron, yeah, let's go on the Gravitron. The Gravitron, it's fine, but it's nothing too special. Same for the inflatable. It's a really fun wacky item for mobility, and I like that. UFOs they were quite fun. Finally they didn't. It doesn't have too much health though. They didn't have too much. They don't have too much health, so it's pretty easy to shoot down. However, I do think the UFOs might have been a little bit of power with the shooting thing. Maybe you could have a little slower fire rate. Again, that's just my opinion. Okay. Moving on to what is it? The proper fire or whatever. I don't really use that too much. Can't be bothered, but you know, it's whatever. So that's my opinion on the loot pool. It's fine. There's not really anything bad that stands up to me, but same time, just things like the plasma cannons, nothing too special. Same for the yeah, that's just my opinion on it. Alright. Also, I do like the things where there's like these purple, obviously, things over the POIs. It's just really nice, obviously, you know. Like, you know, it's just really cool for, like, kind of almost like the hot drop stuff, obviously. Similar to that, I guess, like, or the concept of it. Right, now moving on to, what is it? The abductors. The abductors were a really cool mechanic we added to the season. Really nice mechanic. Like, for example, if you did well, you get really good loot. I love the abductors. Yeah, they were really good. So yeah. However, I'm going to move to, that's pretty much the positive stuff, but now I'm about to talk about the negative side of the season. Yeah, I'm about to talk about that negative side of the season in a minute, but as far as the Ariana Grande event went, that was a really cool event, actually. Last year we have 2 live events this season, so that really makes the season pretty good for that on that side. I like that, I love that event. It was fine. Let me know, so that's my opinion on the Ariana Grande event. We still have Operation Skyfire to have. Hopefully that event's gonna be good. I have hopes in it. And also, I do think pubs has been more enjoyable for me this season. I don't know what it is, but it's just I'm enjoying pubs more this now. I don't know, just maybe like because last season it was really boring. This season is just there's nothing too bad. There's nothing too bad about it. So yeah. I will say overall, this season has been alright. Now I'm gonna talk the negative side of stuff. Yeah, there's some negative stuff. That's the positive stuff. There's a lot of positive, but now here comes the negative. The stuff I did dislike about the season. First of all, can I just point this out? The map changes this season have not been that great. I mean, I will admit some of the map changes. I think I already talked about it, but the map changes. But this season kind of feels like a slightly downgrade in Chapter 2 Season 1. Like, Holly Actress, whatever. I did talk about it. I will go again. Corny's fine. Holly Actress fine. But then at the same time, don't even, like, there was no point in naming Believe Me. But yeah, I do think another thing I could say about negative is they do change the center way too much. They really only focus on the center with the map changes. And the map has not changed too much this chapter. Yes, the map change throughout the season has been good, but I'm talking about the map overall has not changed too much. I'm hoping next season's going to bring a lot of map changes. Hopefully don't overdo it. Don't overdo it, but like add at least a new biome and at least at least 3 new POIs. I can feel next season's going to be really good. For example, Pleasant, Darley, and Misty's meant to be changing, so hopefully those are going to bring in some really cool new POIs. Yeah, so I'm excited for next season, but now here goes the negative stuff. We're not doing controlling games, sorry. But here comes the negative stuff, and I'm sorry, but the alien parasites, they sucked. And they do really suck, the alien parasites. I mean, I don't hate them too much. This is just the first negative. It's just kind of eh. Like, if you're not looking for mobility, it's just really annoying because it does take off it takes off some health, and if you're not looking for mobility, it can be really, really annoying. And can I just point this out? Another negative about the season. There's no point of animals still being in the game. There's no point of them, and I just think animals need to be removed next season, or update them and try and make them a bit more better and worth going for them. Last season I guess it was fine, but this season there's no point of them now. So alien parasites, they just weren't my favourite. Same goes for the whatever I was talking about, I forgot. Animals, yeah, same for the animals. Another really bad thing about the season is, another bad thing I'd say about the season is it's like, I don't know, I need to think actually in a second for something bad to say first. I mean, the more bad things I would say definitely is about the animals, like, not much of them. 69 words, right, I have a negative I can tell you about, and let me explain this. Basically, the battles staffing is, again, it's kind of It kind of feels without staffing. But it's fine. Alright, and then as far as the season, with the collaborations, it's some of I think the collaborations of the season were fine, I guess. I think there was a little bit too much, but still, they were cool collaborations, and that's fine. I'm a fan of the collaboration either way, but I think there's a little bit too much still. That's a little negative to the collaboration. There's been a little bit too many, I think, this season, but still, the collaborations that we got are really good. And yeah, so negatives and positives to that. Another thing I have really disliked. Another thing I don't really. Another thing I don't really like about this season is like. I feel like there's nothing I don't like about. I mean, actually, there's nothing else I can say bad about this season. Actually, there's nothing that terrible. Like, really, the only thing that was really bad this season was annoying with the alien nanites. Just like, what's the point? Actually, I do have a negative about the season. Another negative I don't like about the season, and this is a bad thing, is that the bosses are way too hard to fight. For example, Dr. Sloan, like most of the times when I go to try and kill her for the Mythic Pulse Rifle, it's just, she's a pain to kill, and yeah, I think the bosses this season have been way too hard. Sorry, Epic, but it's been just way too hard to kill. Same for Zig and Choppy. Zig and Choppy is not as annoying, but at the same time, he absolutely aimbotted you with the Chimera cut that is with the not Chimera gun. They hit the Zig and Choppy ray gun. It's just, you know, when you're trying to fight Zig and Choppy, you just absolutely aimbot. Same for Dr. Sloan. The bosses have just been a bit too hard to fight, and I just feel like that's another downside to this season. So yeah. But yeah, I've concluded my opinion on this season. This season, it's an 8 point. It's gonna be an 8.5. It's an 8.5 this season. Yeah, actually no, yeah, 8.5. Season 2 was a 10 out. Season 2 was a 9.5. Season 4, Chapter 2 was a 9. This is 8.5. This is a really good season overall. I just think that. I just think there's still a few negatives, but this season's been really good. Also, got one thing last to mention. I do like how they have kept some map changes from last season, like the Spire, Guardian Towers, Boney Berms, which I don't like, but it's nice to call that they've kept the location from last season, which I will admit. But yeah, for the last point to bring up, but yes, this season's been good, and yeah, I do like the whole. And also, forgot to mention, you know, the lot. Actually, I do have a couple more negatives about the season. For example, there's way too less NPCs. There's just not enough NPCs. It was fine with last season on Chapter 2, Season 5, but there's not as much enough NPCs, and it can be such a pain to upgrade your weapons. Same goes with, and then the llamas again. They're good. They're worth killing, but at the same time, it just can be a pain, and you're wasting ammo. But yeah, so yeah, the season is actually moving to an 8.8. Yeah, this season is an 8 out of 10 actually. I just think from what I see, this season's been really good. Last season was a 7, this is an 8. So it's better than last season, but it's better than some of the seasons I've had this chapter. But it's probably the third favourite. It's been good. It's been quite good. 8 out of 10 for me. It's been a good season. Just I'd still say there was a few negatives. That obviously, yeah, I've usually had the negative each season. But this season, yeah, it's just a couple of little downsides that's tempting to hold it back from giving it any higher than an 8, but. Yeah, either way, the season's been a good one, and yeah. Yo, actually, oh my god, someone actually gifted me. Alright, let me go check their gift in a minute. Alright, let's have a look. Right, let's see, is it going to be something good? Let's hope. Thank you, Devilboy664644. Oh, there's Devilboy6644 for the gift. Let's see what you give to me. Let's see. I'll have a seat in that. Okay. I'll take that. Thank you to that person. To Devilboy6644, if you're watching the stream, thank you for the gift. Again, you didn't have to, but you know, I don't mind it when people gift me. I'm fine with that. So yeah. I'm ending the stream for today. I know I'm only just streaming to show my review on Season 7. I'll stream tomorrow playing Adventurous Royale. And I've just got to quickly think to I got a little announcement to say. If you want to join me for the live event, you have to be at Epic Room. You have to be in Epic Room. So if you're in my server and you're in Epic Room, then you can join me for the event. You have the option to join. And you'll get some XP. However, if you're not in Epic Room, well, get joining the server quickly, as you still have a chance to join me for the event. Just go and get an Epic Room. So still got a chance, but you just gotta try and get there if you can. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all tomorrow when we play Adventurous Royale.